Hello everybody, it's 10 years ago to the day that Malala Yousafzai gave a speech to the United Nations General Assembly. She, you remember, is the young woman who, travelling home from school one day, was targeted by a Taliban terrorist who got onto the bus and asked for her by name and shot her in the face very severely. Her injuries were extremely damaging to her face. She has eventually recovered and made this speech to the United Nations General Assembly. They targeted her because she had been writing a blog pointing out the difficulties that girls experienced in getting education under Taliban rule. And in her speech, she spoke about how important the education of girls in particular was if society was ever to change. She spoke about how the way in which girls who are able to properly read and properly write, to use a pen and words, can make a real contribution to making a better world. And she says the kind of world she wants is a world of peace. If a Taliban terrorist stood in front of her and she had a gun in her hand, she still wouldn't shoot him, she says, because she wants a world of forgiveness and of peace. That's the kind of world that she wants to fight for, and which she wants girls to be educated so that they can help to achieve. In an interview, Malala talked about an occasion when she prayed to God as a younger girl. She was quite slight in stature, and she prayed to God that he would give her an extra 2 or 3 inches in height. But she said, instead of doing that, God has made me as tall as the sky, so tall that I can't even measure myself. I think she's talking here about that confidence which she developed, which enabled her to stand up in that, in the presence of all those dignitaries at the United Nations, and give a wonderful speech. A confidence which she says in that speech comes out of the experience of dealing with her anger with the Taliban for shooting her, with the pain and struggle that she had recovering from all the different operations that she had to have. And it's this that made her strong and determined, and she won the Nobel Peace Prize, the youngest person ever to do so, in 2014. But she said in one interview that she wanted to have this confidence, not only for herself but for other girls. This sense of being as tall as the sky is something she wanted not just for herself but for all girls. She wanted education to be available to boys as well, but especially to girls in countries where it's not allowed at present. And so I want today to celebrate her, but also to remember all those. As she says, she's just a girl. She represents thousands of people who in their own quiet ways are working for a better world, for human rights and for proper education for all people. And I want to celebrate all those who are working in that way today, and to hopefully count myself as one of them in doing what little each of us can do to contribute to that same end.